Weka buna beka no la juedwani kano la juedwa Sirika buna be kubano la juedwe kubano la juedwa kubano la juedwa juedwa melorani In
a journey that strained the limits of endurance, James Campbell has rediscovered a nearly forgotten chapter of World War II bravery and suffering. In 2006, the author and adventurer began an extraordinary quest to retrace the path of an American infantry battalion sent on an impossible mission. The soldiers were ordered to march 120 miles over the uncharted mountains of New Guinea. Their journey has been described as one of the cruelest in modern military history. Many of them National Guardsmen from the Midwest, they would endure an incredible test of survival before they even entered combat. Starting from their coastal camp, the soldiers slashed their way through the jungle to a 9,000-foot peak that the natives said was haunted. The soldiers called it Ghost Mountain, and they would become known as the Ghost Mountain Boys.
Well, Ghost Mountain, we walked over to Ghost Mountain.
There wasn't a bug, a fly, or nothing. There was no birds. It was just weird. It was eerie.
And of course, the more burdensome you got, the tired you got, well, you start shedding stuff. And I think when we went over to Ghost Mountain is when I shed everything I had.
And those natives would go over it because I think they had, they couldn't go but just so far.
Malaria, dysentery, jungle rot, trench foot, and hunger plagued them. And on the other side of the mountains, elite troops of the Japanese Empire waited in their bunkers. The battles on the beaches and in the swamps of New Guinea, sometimes fought hand to hand, were some of the most savage of the South Pacific War. That was 1942. More than a half-century later, Campbell began assembling his Ghost Mountain team. Old friend and Chicago-based journalist George Hood agreed to take part, suggesting they collaborate on a documentary. Another friend, Dave Musgrave, a professor at the University of Alaska Fairbanks and an accomplished backpacker, also signed on.
I can't imagine doing this. Not knowing what's ahead, having dysentery, malaria, not having the right equipment.
Outside magazine photographer Philip Engelhorn became the team's fourth member.
Can I go home now?
German by birth, Engelhorn was based in Hong Kong.
I'm tired and I'm hungry.
Palm Productions of New Guinea provided a camera crew. The trail boss was Lee Ticehurst, an Australian living in New Guinea and an experienced jungle trekker.
Slingshots and spears, and the dogs. The dogs are more important than anything else that you can hunt with. These dogs will not bark until they see the game. And then everybody knows it's on.
On a hot June day, from a high ridge overlooking the Mimani River, Campbell and his team began their journey. That first day, the expedition nearly collapsed when Campbell fell and re-injured a knee. He was forced to turn back. Tired and dehydrated, Hood